is Pastor Rosemary's Final Prophecy Watch. I wanted to just touch on why Christians should study Kabbalah or Kabbalah. It can be spelled with a Q or a K or a C. It could be two B's or one B, have an H after it or not an H. That's not the point. The point is, why is Kabbalah so important and why is it so helpful no matter what your religion is? Because, you know, it doesn't matter what your religion is. It really gets to the heart of human existence. And I've been studying it a very long time, since 1995 when it came out to the public. It was, you know, various groups came out and released various forms of Kabbalah. I studied Christian Kabbalah. I'd only recently, since there were, you know, YouTube videos to watch about other forms of Kabbalah, like Kabbalah taught by people who say that that's more based on original Hebrew tradition, that kind of thing. You know, I've been able to study those and learn about their differences of opinion. But those kind of differences, there's always differences in different teachers, but those differences are small in comparison to how important Kabbalah is and how much it helps people and how much it helps you have more faith. Because we're all educated nowadays. We all are smart. We've been educated. Science is its own religion. You know, it's its own cult, if you will. So what you want to understand is that because we're educated, religions don't make any sense to us anymore. We start thinking it's all silly. It's just a fairy tale. Okay? So what happens when you study Kabbalah is you understand that there is a core, you can call it scientific, or you can just call it the nature of reality. There's a core reality of what all these religions are talking about. And it makes the religion have something that makes it very substantial, and you all of a sudden understand it, and then the religion, you realize that the religion is actually right, it's correct, and that you can understand it. Like for Christians, the part of you that is trying to deal with Christ, the Spirit of Christ, Christ means the Anointed One. It's not a last name. It means the Anointed One, who's been anointed, you know, and the Christ, the Christos, and the Christ consciousness, or Jesus Christ. And whether or not you don't dislike Christ consciousness, if everybody becomes a Christian, it's going to be Christ consciousness. It's just a difference in words. And if you want to argue over semantics and language, you can, but that just causes a lot of hatred, which you can have hatred if you want to, because in the Bible, well, there's a time to hate, a time to love, a time to throw stones, a time to gather stones, a time to kill, a time to heal. You know, these things are in the Bible. So we're talking about when God tells you to do a certain thing, how you know what you're being told and when you're supposed to do what. Because everybody can say they're hearing something, or God told them this, or God told them that. However, in Christianity, you have what Kabbalah calls the will to bestow. The will to bestow is something humans don't have, except deep inside their spirit. The soul is created from the spirit being, the spirit has to ignite the soul, and the soul has to be formed. And not everybody has the same development of their soul. All right? And that gets a little complicated, so we don't go there right now. But the point is, Jesus Christ represents the will to bestow. He gave himself for others. And it's almost impossible to do that. So what we do daily is we recognize the difference between how wonderful Christ is and all the things he was able to do, which we're not able to do, and how we behave, and we strive to do that, and we notice the difference. And in noticing that difference and how large that difference is, that represents how big your soul is. Because your soul is the difference between you, who's the will to receive, that's what the body is, the will to receive, and the ego, and the will to bestow. The difference between those two, the understanding, the difference between those two is the ego, but the understanding of the difference and the striving to be better is the soul, and the development of the soul, and how big or well ignited the light of the soul is. I recommend that you study Kabbalah in whatever form you find it helpful. I will say this. Kabbalah has gotten me through things that nothing else could have gotten me through. And that's the truth. Thank you for joining us. Join us again.